Hello. Welcome to another video on this channel. Today we're going to be answering the question, how would I judge RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 6? All-Stars 6 is, and will always be my favorite season of Drag Race. I literally love every single queen from the cast, and I really enjoyed watching it. Without further ado, let's get into it. In the first episode, we had ourselves the variety show, and the judging was questionable. Yara Sofia ended up winning, but I didn't even put her in the top. Her performance was good, but totally safe. Maybe production just wanted her to go against the group, which she ended up doing, but who knows. Anyways, I know many people thought Jen should have won, but in my opinion it should have been Raja O'Hara. She did something we have never seen before, and should have been rewarded. Jen's was really good, but for me, she was the close second place. I also moved Scarlet Envy up to high, because her talent show was also so cool and original. I also changed the low placement. Originally, Silky Nutmeg Ganache was low, but I really enjoyed her performance, and the two queens who possibly could have taken the low spot were Ginger and Jiggly, so I decided to go with Ginger. In the bottom we had Trinity K. Bonet and Serena Cha Cha, and I completely agree with that. TKB flopped so hard, and Serena was serviceable, but not good enough to escape the bottom two. Coco Montrese was the lip-sync assassin, and ended up winning the lip-sync against Yara. I also think she would win against Raja, which means Serena Cha Cha is still gonna go home first. Time for the ball, and I also changed a lot. Originally, Raja O'Hara won this challenge, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think the win should go to Scarlet Envy because all of her looks were really good, and in the third category I enjoyed her look more than Raja's and Kylie's, so I gave her the win here. As for the bottoms, originally Yara Sofia was there, which was so random because she totally should have been safe. The one who should have been in the bottom too was unfortunately Silky Nutmeg Ganache. I love her so much, but the look she made was a bit all over the place, and her first two looks also were not the best. Jiggly clearly struggled the most, so she's still going to be in the bottom. I kept A'keria low. You can make an argument for Pandora Box to be there as well, but I think A'keria was the correct choice. Scarlet is going to lip-sync against Brooklyn Heights, and originally it was the tie, so I decided not to change that. I think Scarlet would still choose Jiggly, as well as the group, so unfortunately she's still going to go home, and we will be moving on to the Side Hustles Challenge. This is the first time I actually agree with the winner. The group of Pandora, Raja, Yara, and TKB did the best, and Trinity totally deserved to win this challenge. I don't think putting the whole group in the bottom was the correct decision though. In my opinion, only Silky and A'keria should have been there, Jan low and Ginger safe. But honestly, it doesn't change much. Trinity is going to lip-sync against Laganja, and it also could have been the double win, but since we already had one, Laganja is still going to be the winner. And Silky Nutmeg Ganache is still going to go home. Silky's early elimination was heartbreaking to me, but at least she got her own episode later in the season, and I'm so happy she's beloved now. Now it's time for the Hall of Fame halftime show, and I did keep Jen as the winner. TKB also could have won the challenge, but I don't think Jen winning here was rigged. I also chose Kylie Sonic Love to be in the top because she did great as well. I don't know why A'keria was originally in the bottom, as in my opinion she was fine. I think the person who should have been there with Yara was Ginger. I was considering to put Eureka in the bottom, as she wasn't giving Madonna, she was just giving Eureka, but the choreography wasn't her choice, so I just put her low. Jen is gonna lip-sync against Jessica Wild to Womanizer by Britney Spears, and Jessica clearly won the lip-sync. The group chose Yara Sofia to go home originally, and here it doesn't change. Yara's track record was in fact slightly stronger, but she seemed defeated and didn't really fight for her spot. Episode 5 was the Pink Table Talks, and I have no idea why 3 queens were in the bottom. It was so random, and I don't think Kylie deserved to be there at all. The person who should have been low in my opinion was Pandora Box, but I decided to put only 2 queens in the bottom, and that 2 queens are Jen and Scarlet. Eureka, TKB and Akira were the strongest team of the week, and Ginger winning this challenge was also so random. I think the win should go to Eureka. This episode's lip-sync assassin was Mayhem Miller. She did do a good job, but Ginger absolutely destroyed this lip-sync, and this was my favorite Ginger Minch lip-sync of the franchise, but in this scenario, she did not win the challenge. I don't think Eureka would do as good as Ginger, but I think she would be able to beat Mayhem. Originally, Scarlet Envy went home this episode, but Eureka voted for Jen to go home, so I think she would choose Jen's lipstick, which means we have our first major change in the elimination order. The next episode was the acting challenge, and I think Scarlet would be able to do better than Raja, Eureka, and Akira, so I kept her safe. Originally, Kylie won the challenge, but I think it should have been Ginger, so I changed that. I moved Pandora Box up to high because Jen is not here, and I think she did better than Trinity. Manila Luzon was the lip-sync assassin, and originally Kylie destroyed her in the lip-sync. I don't think this song is in Ginger's wheelhouse, but Manila also was giving like 30%, so I decided to give the win to Ginger. It was clearly Akira's time to go, so it doesn't change anything because Ginger and the rest of the group would pick her lipstick. So we have to say goodbye to Akira, and it is time for Show Up Queen. I think this song is really cool, and everyone but Pandora did great. Here we have Scarlet Envy over Jen, and I think Scarlet would not be able to do better than Raja, TKB, Kylie, Ginger, or Eureka, so I decided to put her in the bottom with Pandora Box. This is Scarlet's second time in the bottom, but she has a win under her belt. Pandora does not have any wins, but it's her first time in the bottom. I kept TKB as the winner because her verse was amazing, and her runway was the best of the week. She had to lip-sync against Alexis Mateo, and we all saw it wasn't Trinity's best lip-sync. Alexis won the lip-sync, and it was originally the tie, because Pandora and Jen had 3 votes each. I think here it would still be the tie between Pandora and Scarlet, so Trinity's vote would be the deciding factor. She chose Jen, so here I think she would choose Scarlet, which means Pandora Box gets to stay, and Scarlet Envy is eliminated at 7th place. Now it's time for the Snatch Game, and here we had the clear bottom 2 of Pandora Box and Trinity K. Bonet. Pandora Box was, and still is, one of my favorite queens of all time, so it was sad to see her flop, especially because her and Tatiana destroyed the Snatch Game in Season 2. Ginger and Kylie totally ate, and both deserve the win, but my personal favorite performance of the night was Kylie's, so I gave her the win over Ginger. That week's lip-sync assassin was Heidi N. Closet. Unfortunately, her reveal didn't go as planned, and Ginger originally won against her, so here Kylie would for sure snatch the win. Sadly, it was Pandora's time to go, because TKB had stronger track record. Honestly, I kinda wanted Ginger to go against the group here, but mainly because I didn't want Pandora Box to go home on the challenge. She did amazing in the past. Next it was the design challenge, and if you're not in the top, you're in the bottom. This rule demolished Trinity's track record even more, because if it was the top 2 format, she would be there with Raja. But yeah, Raja O'Hara is still gonna win the challenge, which means in the bottom we have Ginger, Eureka, TKB, and Kylie. Raja had to lip-sync against Cameron Michaels, and this song was not a good choice for the lip-sync. Cameron ended up winning, and I agree with that, but originally Eureka went home here. I think TKB would be the one going home in this scenario, because this time Eureka has 1 win, and it's her first time being in the bottom. So sadly we have to say goodbye to Trinity K. Bonet, and it's time for the game within the game twist. All the eliminated queens have to face each other in a series of lip-syncs, and one of them will come back to the competition at the end. The first lip-sync battle was between Serena Cha-Cha and Jiggly. Both of them did a really good job in my opinion, but I agree with Jiggly taking the win. And now the Silky's Smackdown begins. Jiggly put up a good fight, but Silky Nutmeg Ganache ended up winning, and I absolutely agree with that. That means Jiggly has to sashay away, and Silky is moving on to the next round. Now it's time for Silky to face off Yara Sofia in the lip sync. I think it was one of the strongest lip syncs of the night, but the lip sync guru won, which feels correct. I love Yara, though I would like to see her come back for the fourth time. Silky's next opponent was Scarlet Envy, but here it's Jen. I have no idea how she would do in this song, but I still gave the win to Silky Nutmeg Ganache because this time she was really ready to do so. Jen is eliminated, and it's time for the Silky vs. A'keria lip sync. As we saw, A'keria decided not to participate in the lip sync Smackdown, but even if she did, it was one of the best lip syncs in Drag Race history. I can't explain it in words how much I adore Miss Silky Nutmeg Ganache. So in the sixth round, the one who Silky has to beat is none other than Scarlet Envy. This was also one of my favorite Silky's lip syncs. She absolutely killed it with this guitar she made in the hotel room. Scarlet Envy is sadly eliminated, and it's time for Silky vs. Pandora. Once again, Silky clearly won, so she's moving on to the final round of the lip sync Smackdown. Originally, her opponent was Eureka, but in this timeline, it's Trinity K. Bonet. Sadly, as we saw, Silky had some outfit malfunction and lost the final round. This was really heartbreaking because she was killing it and I wanted her so much to come back to the competition. But honestly, it's probably even better for her she didn't come back at the end because she became the robbed lip sync guru. Trinity K. Bonet won the lip sync, which means she gets to come back to the competition, and it is time for the Monologues challenge. We have the same top 5, and still if you're not in the top, you're in the bottom. Eureka and Kylie were definitely the strongest two of the night, and I do agree with Eureka taking the win. I laughed so hard during her performance, and on the runway she was also pretty strong. Unfortunately, that means Kylie Sonic Love, Raja O'Hara, Trinity K. Bonet, and Ginger Minch are all in the bottom. If only 2 of them were there, I think it would be Raja and TKB. So, the last lip-sync assassin of the season was Miss Jada Essence Hall. Both Jada and Eureka did really good and took different approaches, so I do agree with the double win. Trinity K. Bonet is still going to finish at 5th place, but this time she was the returning queen, so it probably would be a little less heartbreaking. She definitely got her redemption though, so I'm happy she came back for All Stars. So we have our top 4 of Kylie, Raja, Ginger, and Eureka. In the finale, they had to wrote their original verse to the song, This Is Our Country. I absolutely love this song because I'm a huge country fan. All of them killed it in the challenge and on the runway, so I decided not to cut any of them. Really, I loved every single verse and every single runway. The time has come for them to lip sync.
For the crown.
The winner of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 6 is Kylie. We all saw what happened. Kylie almost fell, but she saved it, and when I saw it for the first time, I went crazy. I wanted her to win all season long, and when she did, I was over the moon. Kylie is my favorite drag queen on the world and absolutely deserves her crown. Oh my god, I was so happy for her and I still am. Congratulations to Kylie Sonic Love.
And what do you think?
Do you agree with the changes I made? Did you enjoy watching All Stars 6? Let me know in the comments and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.